Why all? Why is JT trying to expose Young Miami for trying to pimp her out to Diddy and force her into some freak-offs? Now, if you've been keeping an eye on the drama in the streets, you probably know all about the city girls not seeing eye to eye for a hot minute now. At first, there were rumors that the real reason they fell out was because JT got jealous of Young Miami's friendship with Diddy, but it looks like we might have had that all wrong. JT recently got into a messy fight with Miami on social media, where she blasted her fellow city girl for trying to pimp her out to Diddy for money. And get this, JT is not just making stuff up because allegedly, she came with some receipts about how Miami allegedly took money from Diddy in exchange for JT. Did JT just expose Diddy's secret relationship with Saucy Santana? And is she about to file an SA lawsuit against Diddy and Young Miami? Looks like JT might be saying, act up, you could get snatched up to her own city girl. Why all? The drama between the city girls is like a roller coaster ride through Twitter and Instagram, and it's just wow. Not only have the city girls split up, but they're also airing out their dirty laundry for the world to see, throwing shade left and right, and it is extra messy. For a while we thought that the whole beef stemmed from Young Miami not having JT's back anymore. Rumor had it that she was way too caught up with Diddy and her Caresha Please brand to give JT the time of day, and JT even hinted that Diddy might have something to do with their falling out.
Hopefully, the future of the city girls can beat the city girls. Mm-hmm. And I pray that our egos does not separate it, or the internet, or guys, or nothing. You know what I'm trying to say? Nothing. I hope.
Do you worry?
Back then, we didn't have the full scoop, so we just assumed JT felt sidelined because Diddy was taking Miami into some rooms that JT really couldn't get into, and was giving her a fancy lifestyle, taking Young Miami to fancy events like the Mag Gala, leaving JT in the cold. Plus, Miami straight up said that she was done with rap, declaring, "I don't even rap no more, I retire why all," but after that, they went their separate ways, dropping solo songs and living their best lives. But JT especially seemed to distance herself from Young Miami, not even sending her a birthday wish back in February, or even publicly acknowledging her. That's when we realized that things were seriously messy between them. But then Diddy's situation happened, with him getting sued left and right, and Miami was caught up in some hot mess along with him. She has been getting dragged on social media, with many people even going as far as to claim that she knew more about the situation than we thought. She was even in more trouble than we knew because in Lil R's lawsuit, he claimed that she used to transport nose candy and booger sugar for Diddy. According to the document, plaintiff and the co-defendant Rico Enterprise were rehearsing for something in the Water Festival in Virginia. The court filing reads, Plaintiff Jones personally witnessed Mr. Coombs do a few lines of coke in his dressing room. Defendant Sean Coombs wanted Tucci but Brendan forgot it, so defendant Kristen Coram called Young Miami, who then brought it on a private jet from Miami. He also exposed her for being an ex-worker, saying, Young Miami, Jade and Daphne, Joy were paid a monthly fee to work as Mr. Coombs's workers and receive payment via wire transfer from Rob Greenhill, which outlined defendant's ongoing criminal operation. Well, JT seemed to distance herself even more from Miami after all this happened. She got a lot of hate and backlash from fans who accused her of being a bad friend. Fans pointed out that JT got locked up and Young Miami held it down for the city girls and even went on a free JT campaign. But when the tables were turned and Miami got in trouble for hanging out with Diddy, it was kind of crickets from JT. But here's where it gets even crazier. JT is now claiming that Young Miami tried to set her up with Diddy. You know those rumors about Miami possibly being a madam for Diddy, helping him find other girls? Well, allegedly JT was one of the girls Miami tried to hook him up with, and that's why JT ghosted Miami when she found out what was going on. JT threw some massive shade when she tweeted, "Bass be sneak dissing and letting a flunky wannabe me-ass friends hype their head up. When I come, just know I'm not going to play with neither one of why all bees. Why all long overdue hating that bee." She also tweeted, "I'm the most supportive bee ever with seats, but somewhere in a bee's airhead, I'm their competition. Out of all these bees, who do you ride? You want to pick me as your enemy?" Loser JT was trying to come with some shade. You could practically hear the mic drop. And yeah, it's pretty clear that she was directing her shade at Young Miami. You know how people love to call her an airhead when they're dragging her on socials? JT definitely knew what she was doing when she threw that diss out there.
Santana shit.
Nah, stop it. Stop.
Now that we got there,
no, stop.
You the one said maybe the girl Saucy and Puffy having parties. Don't act like you didn't say that.
Man,
Don't tuck your tail, bro.
Hold up, Ice Cube,
Don't
Chuck.
tuck your
I
tail
gotta
down.
say this because
Well, let me give Wyall some backstory on why JT's so fired up on this whole situation. It all goes back to those recent bombshell revelations about Young Miami allegedly recruiting girls for Diddy. The lawsuit from Lil Rod, Wyall, well, it hit Young Miami hard, and he spilled tea on just how deep her involvement with Diddy's shady dealings allegedly went. In the updated lawsuit, he claimed that Young Miami was right there at Diddy's parties where all the shady stuff supposedly went down, and she didn't lift a finger to stop it. He even mentioned this crazy incident where Diddy apparently tried to get Young Miami's cousin to do some real sketchy stuff to him at an event, but the lawsuit wrote, Mr. Coombs was intoxicated and offered cocaine to Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones rejected him and proceeded to walk to the restroom. While using the restroom, Young Miami's cousin burst into the bathroom and began groping Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Coombs sent her in there to assault him. As she entered the bathroom, she dropped to her knees and began performing oral actions on Mr. Jones's exposed private. Mr. Jones pushed her away and exited the bathroom, but it continued. Young Miami's cousin did not accept Mr. Jones's rejection as she proceeded to follow Mr. Jones out of the bathroom. She started undressing and attempted to straddle him and have intimacy with him in the presence of Mr. Coombs and his staff. He claimed that Young Miami allegedly watched this go down. She made no efforts to try and stop her cousin, or Diddy. The updated court documents also exposed Miami for allegedly doing some nose candy with Diddy. The document said, on another occasion in Miami, Florida, Thanksgiving night of 2022, Mr. Coombs asked Mr. Jones and DeForest Taylor to enter the studio bathroom. He asked them for a $100 bill because he wanted them to do nose candy with him. Mr. Jones was scared, but luckily he didn't have a $100 bill, so Mr. Coombs waited a little later to do nose candy with Young Miami. Turns out Young Miami wasn't just allegedly involved in some work for Diddy, but she was also allegedly helping Diddy recruit others for his pleasure. Get this, it wasn't just women that he was allegedly bringing in. There are reports claiming that she also roped in men for Diddy's enjoyment. And guess what? Her buddy Saucy Santana supposedly got caught up in this mess also. Now rumors about Diddy and Saucy Santana being more than just friends have been floating around since forever. Some even speculate that Diddy's supposed affair was actually with Santana and this thing with Miami was just a cover-up. DJ Academics even spilled the tea on Diddy's alleged affair with Santana. In TV2. Wyall, here's where it gets even juicier. Shortly after this bombshell dropped, JT unfollowed Saucy Santana on every platform, and there were reports of a beef between the two of them. Word on the street says that she found out Santana was also in cahoots with Young Miami's plan to sell and pimp her out to Diddy. Now, allegedly, Santana and Young Miami were teaming up behind JT's back, scheming and plotting to deliver her to Diddy. I don't know, it's kind of a stretch, but if it's true, it's pretty crazy, right? When JT got wind of the whole scheme, she was done with both Miami and Santana, no ifs, ands, or buts. But hold on, y'all, because the drama didn't stop there. JT and Young Miami took their beef to Twitter, and let me tell Wyall, things got messy real quick. It's like we were all just sitting on the sidelines waiting for the powder keg to blow, and when it did, Wyall, whoa, it went boom. It looks like the heat had been building up behind the scenes, and Twitter was just the spark that set it all off. It started when Miami accused JT of sneak dissing her, saying, "A bee been sneak dissing me for weeks and I ain't say nothing. What a bee mad at me for?" Well, JT was not having it, and she clapped back, saying, "Oh, Miss Mama, this your last day playing dumb. It'll be too much for me to tweet. I would like a sit down, Carisha, please, and this time leave Santana home." Yeah, there was definitely something going on between the three of them, and JT went on to hint that Miami had been trying to set her up. She also said, "I know I come off crazy, but never in my life did I know what it's to this girl. She literally enjoys seeing me being dragged. When people show me love, she goes crazy and calls it a hate train. But like I said, we can sit and talk about it." Miami accused JT of being a bad friend, saying, "A bee trying to kick me while I'm down and playing into these narratives. It's dangerous when I've been nothing but a friend to you." But JT checked this real quick when she replied, "You looking for a way out of your situation? Who was the person called you when it all started? You're a sad case." Miami then said, "You're weird, but I always want to act like I'm a weirdo. You always mad, it's always a problem, and all I tried to do is push you. Tell you the is, you can whop, you sham model, etc. You always mad, you doing your is, as you should, congratulations. But somehow you still mad at it," she continues. "You let the internet put it in your head that I'm jealous of you when you know I'm the one that's always pushed us. You have resentment towards too, and that's okay." She then accused JT of throwing shade at her in a song, saying, "For you to come on here and try to play victim is crazy, Jatavia. You've been sneak dissing me for the last couple of days. I've said it back to you. You made 2 whole songs this to me, and I still raw your songs with my chest and show love. So what's the problem here?" JT then said. "Which songs was about you?" And Miami replied, "No bars and sideways," but JT denied this and she said, "Oh wow, you're really losing it if you thought this. Why not speak to me about it? You came on here and said LOL, so people can ask why you wasn't defending me." Attention sinking as usual. Now JT then hinted that Miami had done some shady stuff to her behind closed doors. Drop your thoughts in the comments below and then check out this next video.